Hello, welcome to Robots Retro Spaces. Today's video is a part 2 to my first collector series video about identifying fake Gatchaman Popy accessories. While the first video concentrated on identifying accessories for the New God Phoenix DX version, this one focuses on the accessories for the New God Phoenix ST version or PB73. So what we'll do is we'll focus on some fakes that I found online through eBay, and we'll do a comparison of those against the genuine real thing. As this is genuine, I won't be taking them out of the bag because that's one of the ways you can tell that they're genuine, but we can get a very good look of these guys while they're in the bag. Alright, so let's start off with the missiles. Here we go. These are really hard to tell apart. The only thing I can really say is that the fake one, which is the one at the top, is a slightly darker yellow, almost like a browny yellow, whereas like the real ones are like a real sort of light yellow color. The fill holes are in the same place, as is and you'll see it here, as is the indent. All right, for the right there, as is the indent. But as with most fakes, the flashing gives it away. If I turn it on the side here, look, you can see the flashing there underneath the tip. If you run your finger down the side, you can feel the flashing as well. Unlike the original ones here, no flashing at all underneath the tip, and you certainly can't feel it as much when you roll it around. So when it comes to the missiles, got to look at the color. If it's looking a little bit dark, it ain't real, and look for flashings. So if they're raised to the point where you can notice them, obviously then that's clearly fake. Alright, so let's get on to the little ships. Now these ships are tiny, and that's quite obviously why they all go missing and why there is such a market for fake ones. So let's have a little bit of a look at these. So first of all, you've got the same color difference between the original ones and the new ones. This is under this light and under this direction, you can see it a little bit better than on the missiles, where they are sort of like a darker, sort of more browny yellow compared to just a straight light yellow on the other ones. So let's have a look at each ship and see what we can spot. We'll start with the tank. Here we go. This is our fake tank. Okay. We'll try our best here to get a nice clear view. We flip them over and you've got some pretty clear treads on the bottom there. And you've got a little bit of flashing in the input into the fill hole in the middle, and a dent at the front. Now if I compare that tank to this one, even though it's in the bag, there's no sort of leftover flashing on the inside where the fill hole is, and the tracks on here are not as pronounced as the tracks on here. Also, flashing issues on the side here. So on this one here, it really is just like with most things, the telltale sign here is the flashings. Let's move over to the other one, to the other big one. Here we go. We flip them over, we've got the usual sort of hole in the middle. Flashings are not as bad on this one, though the fill hole is still a little raised, and you've got a little dent at the front. Now if we grab this one from in here, biggest telltale, there's a hole at the front. So that's easy tell. It's an easy tell for that one, to figure out that which one is the fake one and which one is the real one. Now we start getting into the ships, and these ones start to get quite hard to tell the difference. If we start with this one here. Alright, looking pretty good, no flashings, hole at the front. This one, pinhole at the front. No real flashing in there, but pinhole in the front, not the nice big hole like it is there for the filling. So very easy to tell for that guy there. Now let's go for what I think is number 1. Yep, if we're having a look at him, he's looking pretty good actually. He's going to be a bit hard to tell. Okay, we flip him over, and really, there's not much in it. Maybe the fake one has a slightly smaller hole at the front, but really, this one is quite hard to tell. The only thing I can really say is that with the flashings, we flip them over, you've still got a little bit of extra flashing in there across the backs. Okay, so for this last one, this one is really hard to tell. This one would be a real tricky one to pick up, I think, if it was fake or not, because the flashings are done okay. It's already quite delicate with the rear parts, so this one, I think you're going to have to rely on the colour to try and help you ensure that you've got the right ones. So overall, in terms of telling the difference between the fake ones and the real ones, it's just quality. There are obviously some very clear options, like I showed you just before, with some of the holes underneath. But if you're looking for flashings and you're looking for leftover bits where the injection has happened, and plastic injection has happened. So hopefully that's helpful. So thanks for your time, and any questions, just leave them below.